What's up, guys? Glock9 here playing some 7 Days to Die, and today we're doing a world tour of all of my real-world builds I did in this world. I've had a few requests to do this video, so here we are. We're starting off with the Statue of Liberty. This was my first build in terms of real-world builds anyway. If you missed any of these videos, they'll all be linked down in the description below. You can go check them out. But yeah, here we are, the Statue of Liberty. This was my first inspiration to do a real-world build. We built her right here on this island here, which is in the green biome, just west of Dyersville and the farm and stuff. And it took a lot of work. Even before I started building her, I had to flatten out this island, you know, make it nice and flat, easy to build on. Started with the base, obviously, and worked our way up. And as you can see, the Horde took out this whole side of Lady Liberty right here. It's just completely missing her whole arm. You know, I had the arm up with the torch on it to where you can actually climb up into the torch and get a view out there. Let's get into the base here. A lot of good damage done right here. But yeah, we got a big, you know, there's 4 different ways to get into this like lobby area. And you know, if done right, like I said, this can be a base in and of itself, man. You know. But the whole idea was to build a statue. So we can come up here, up these steps to the second level. There's 2 steps you can come up here to. And then we've got, you know, all these windows looking out, which if you wanted to, you can jump down. And then come up here. So these steps took a little bit of damage. To the 3rd level, which we've got a balcony here that wraps all the way around. And you can jump down here, right down there, to this 1st level, if you wanted to. And then we've got these steps, which really took a ton of damage. Let's see if we could even get up there. Let's see if we... Yeah, we could jump right across to there. Whole bunch of iron laying around because, man, I had a spiral staircase that led all the way up there, but a lot of those stairs got taken out. Believe it or not, this ladder is completely intact, which leads up to the head of the statue. So we can actually fly up here. You can see some of the stairs that are still there. So I had stairs that wrapped all the way around and went all the way up. And the stairs actually led to this area right here. And there's still part of the ladder here. This led up to the torch, which now is, you know, is completely missing now. But like I said, if you go back and watch the video, I do give a tour of the base before the Horde shows up. And then, you know, obviously you can watch the Horde do all of this damage. But, you know, up here is the head where you can get a pretty good view. And if you needed to, you know, you can jump down. You can make your way down by jumping like onto her eyes and to her nose and stuff. There's a way down here, and I had a bunch of hay bales down there. So you can jump and then fall down from here and hit the hay bales. Oh, what? What the hell? I hit a hay bale. Yeah, I hit the hay bale. Oh well, I broke my leg. Let's let's grab some splints. I think I made that jump during the Horde night, and I didn't break my leg. Yeah, so anyway, after you make that jump, you can kind of work your way around Lady Liberty right here if you wanted to, or jump down to the 2nd and 1st levels. So there you have it. A whole lot of work, but it was well worth it. It was my first go at a real-world build. It was my first inspiration. I was like, I got to try and build the Statue of Liberty. That'll be amazing. And I think it came out great. It was a fun Horde night. Like I said, if you haven't seen the video, check that out. Let me know what you think. And let's move on. The second build we're going to take a look at is right up here in Perishton, and it is the Eiffel Tower. So let's go check that out. All right, here we are at the Eiffel Tower. It's missing the top there. That all fell down. But I built this in Perishton. I had to actually build this whole floor, this whole concrete floor. I put that all in first, and then just built on top of that. And again, a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the whole top is missing. And again, all of the videos to all of these builds are going to be linked down below if you want to go check those out if you missed any of them. But yeah, a lot of support beams down here holding this thing up. The center beam is gone, and that contributed obviously to the whole center part just falling down. But those were kind of escape ladders. If you were up here, you can jump down to those. Getting up from the bottom, there was really only one ladder in the middle that you can use to get up, which is gone now. Or you can come to any one of these sides and just jump up right here. And I thought the zombies were going to be able to jump up here also and get to me, but they were not able to do that. They could not jump up this corner block for some reason. So I was able to kind of shoot down at them from there. So that helped a lot. So that pretty much kept them at bay the whole time. Yeah, you can see that middle ladder is right there. That's completely gone and missing. So the only way to get up to the next level is, again, to get to any one of the corners and just climb up. And I've got ladders here that you can get up to. And then here, all this iron from when it fell. Oh, get the bat. Get out of here. But yeah, you can see all the iron from when the tower collapsed. And I've got these hay bales because you were able to jump down to those from the top of the tower if you needed to. There's a ladder right here that led all the way up to the top of the tower. And then there's one right there in the middle, and I'll show you. Let's get back down here. There's also a door right here that I had that you can come into this room here. And there's the ladder that did lead all the way down to the ground level. And that went all the way straight up to the top of the tower as well. So there you go, the Eiffel Tower. Again, a ton of work, a lot of thought went into it, you know, how I was actually going to build this thing and all the angles and stuff like that. And I think it came out pretty good, and the Horde Night was a lot of fun. So let's move on now to the next build, which is right down the road here, next to the high school. And this one is the Roman Colosseum, which was a ton of fun fighting the Horde at. So let's get down there and check it out. All right, here we go, the Colosseum. This was another really fun but really big build. It took a lot of work, a lot of time. It was really kind of monotonous because you know, once I got the design down, it was just kind of like, you know, repeat the same thing over and over again. But yeah, then you had to get the angles right to make it as circular as I could, you know. But overall, I think it came out really cool, and I tell you, this was the funnest night in terms of fighting the Horde. You know, I had some things here set up in the middle. I had some spikes surrounding these things. These were kind of there just to help me kind of run the Horde around, get them stuck and hung up on these things. And because that was it. I didn't have any kind of, other than these with some spikes, I didn't have any kind of fortification. So basically it was just me running around the grandstands all night, getting them caught up in things. There's ladders on each corner so you can get up to the top. I think I only went up there maybe once or twice during the whole fight. I mean, there's some damage right here that you can see, but other than that, really was not that much damage done to this place. I'm really tempted to just kind of repair everything and do it again, you know, because that's how much fun it was. Even just running around up here in the grandstands, getting them all hung up and just fighting them off. A lot of fun. As you can see, I do have these hay bales kind of scattered around here. And therefore, if we come up here to these ladders, we can get up to the top here. Which you can kind of use to get away if you need to take a breather. You can shoot down at the zombies, and like I said, you can jump down to those hay bales if you needed to, or just use the ladder again, if they didn't get destroyed, which they didn't. Like I said, not much damage happened to this place. So there you have it, the Roman Colosseum. Yeah, I might have to fix this place up a little bit and do round 2 there. Hold down another Horde Night at the Colosseum, but we'll see. So the next build in chronological order would be the Sphinx way down there in the desert. But instead, we're going to go right over here first, just because it's right here and close. And this is the White House. So let's head there now and check it out. All right, so here we are at the White House. Now, this build isn't as extravagant it isn't as big as the first 3 we just looked at, but the detail is there, I guess. I mean, not crazy detail. A lot of people were kind of pissed I left out the Oval Office, but I did what I could. In terms of like the number of windows that are there, that's kind of accurate, but obviously it's not to scale or anything. I think it came out pretty good. The Horde Night here was a little bit of a fail. I definitely made a couple of mistakes. Again, if you missed that, links down in the description below. But overall, I think the build came out pretty good. But you know me. I got reckless, made a stupid decision, and things went south. But here we go. It's the Great Hall. And there was entranceways in both. All of the entranceways in this place are completely destroyed. I've got some office space throughout here. And then in some of these places, like here, there are ways to get up to the second level. Like this here. Anyway, some more office space right here. And yeah, this is kind of where the Oval Office would be or should be. And I kind of made it like oval here, but I didn't really make it into an office. It's just kind of an open area. This leads out to the back patio here. And then this to the right up here, again, it's just more office space. You know, same thing. This ladder led up to the second floor, a little bit destroyed there. There was another ladder all the way down in the corner there that also led up to the second floor, which is also destroyed, but let's just head up there. So second floor is pretty much the same as the first, just a bunch of office space on both sides. And again, in the back here, there are ways to get up to the rooftop, actually, now. Because that would be the third floor, essentially. This door leads out to the patio back here, which we really didn't spend any time out there during the Horde Night. I mean, they broke into this place really quickly, and it was just a matter of fighting them inside. Again, more office space right here. Another ladder right here to get up to the roof. There's another ladder right here. There's actually a bunch of different ways you can get up to the rooftop. Let's just get up there now and check it out. Yeah, as you can tell by all of the different hatches up here, there are plenty of ways to get up to the rooftop from the second floor, but this night would have been much easier. And probably more boring, though, if I would have just stayed right here. This was the perfect spot, you know? I can see all the way down to the first floor from here. And I could have just stayed up here, shot down at them, thrown down some Molotov cocktails, maybe some pipe bombs. Plenty of different ways I can shoot down from up here, whether it's through these slots or through the bars. And it would have been made for an easy night, but maybe a little bit boring, too. I could have easily just jumped down there if I needed to, and then, you know, you can jump down here. Oops, shit, I broke my leg again. I forgot how easy it is to take fall damage when you have a cast on. That is the White House. Again, not as extravagant or as big of a build as the other ones, but it definitely took some thinking, and it took some time to build. It was a lot of work, even though it's not as big, you know, as like the Lady Liberty or anything like that, but it was a lot of fun. And it was a fun video, even though it was kind of a fail. But, you know, what are you going to do? You can't win them all, right? So let's move on. The next closest build, well, there's A Lodge, which is right here, and then there's the Mayan Pyramid, which is right here next to the farm. So let's head to the pyramid first and check that one out. All right, here we are at the Mayan Pyramid, right down the road from the farm. Pretty much took out a bunch of the croplands here to build this pyramid. I mean, again, it's not as big as it could have been, I guess, but it worked out well. You know, I mean, I could have made it bigger. We got some flatlands here. I pretty much, like I said, just removed the corn that was there and built the pyramid right where the corn stood. I mean, when you're down at the ground, it looks a lot bigger, you know? And I think the scale, in terms of, like, the real world thing, I think is pretty good. And by using these rounded blocks here, you can actually jump up 2 blocks high. And the zombies certainly can't do that, so that makes for an interesting fight. You know, you can kind of just run and jump up and down here. I mean, yes, I've got stairs on all 4 corners, which these ones actually got destroyed pretty badly. I mean, they just tunneled right into these steps, and a lot of them fell down into the pyramid because it's mostly hollow in there, which I'll show you in a minute. So here, I had these blocks removed, and my initial plan was, you know, I would stand in here and let the horde come and get me, and that they would all just kind of fall in to the pyramid. That was my plan, just let all the zombies fall down in there. And I was actually up here. This ladder's all destroyed now. But I started the video up here on top of the pyramid, obviously, you know, and just was shooting down at them and let them all come to me. But it didn't really work out the way I planned, you know, and eventually, again, you know me, I got bored, and I jumped down there and just started running around the pyramid, having a fight with them. But as you can see down here, all of this center support beams got destroyed. But this pyramid has so much support on the edges here that, you know, the center was just not going to collapse. I mean, it would take a lot more damage to bring this whole pyramid down. So there you have it, the Mayan Pyramid. I think it's a good design, and with some modifications, it could actually be a really good base. A lot of structural integrity. So anyway, let's move on. Right down the road, we've got Packanack Lodge from Friday the 13th, Part 2. So let's head there and check it out. All right, here we are, Packanack Lodge from Friday the 13th, Part 2. This is also in Friday the 13th, the game. If you play that game, there's a Packanack Lodge map. But it is a real building in the real world, so it does, I guess, qualify for a real-world build. We made some modifications to it, obviously. But in terms of detail, I tried to get it spot on, and that's what really took the most out of this build. I wouldn't say this was the hardest of all of my builds, but I think the most detail went into this one for sure. And, you know, it was a lot of fun building. But before I started, I actually went into Friday the 13th, the game, as Jason, you know, in single-player mode, and just explored the cabin, took some screenshots, made some notes. Here I had to build out the ground a bit just to make building possible. But, yeah, took some notes, and then came into 7 Days to Die and started building. But unfortunately, you're not going to be able to appreciate any of the detail in this video because this place just got absolutely wrecked during the Horde night. This was a really fun Horde night. Fun video. Really enjoyed it. This place was cool to hold down, and we did well. And this place kind of, you know, it held up. I mean, look at all this damage, and it's still standing. You know? But yeah, just absolutely wrecked. I mean, this was the kitchen right here. And still, I think the stove is still standing, but that's about it. Yeah, just look at this place. To give you an idea of how I don't even know how I survived. I don't think I did, actually. I think we wound up dying. But again, that's because me getting reckless and stupid. But here are all the bedrooms. And I interconnected all of them, even though in the game I don't think these two, I think only the first two bedrooms connect. But I interconnected all of them anyway, just to make things easier on me. Back patio here up on the second floor. I got a ladder leading up to the rooftop. This is just another one of the rooms. I've got a ladder that led down to the kitchen there. And then, yeah, each one of these bedrooms, too, has a ladder that you can get up to the rooftop. Or maybe not each one of them, just a couple of them do. And then from the roof, you know, you can jump down there if you need to. You can get down to the front of the building here. This obviously isn't in the real Packanack Lodge, but I went ahead and built it in anyway. This is the separator that separates the two rooms, which it's completely destroyed right now. And then I just built a doorway here to easily get out to the roof if I needed to. And then that leads down to, I think, the first bedroom. And yeah, this is the one we just came up. So a few different ways to get up to the roof. There's a ladder right here, actually, that goes down to the ground floor. And, yeah, that's about it. So there you go, Packanack Lodge from Friday the 13th, Part 2. It was really cool trying to replicate this house, considering it was done in another video game, and trying to get things as close as possible. So anyway, the final real-world build that we did is all the way down here in the desert, and it is the Sphinx. So let's get down there, check that bad boy out. All right, here we go, the Sphinx. Done in the desert, of course. Where else are you going to build the Sphinx, like I said in the video? Got a couple of zombies wandering around this thing here. Still got a mini bike. That was my escape plan, which I never used. And, yeah, this was a cool build. Another cool, fun build. I wasn't sure how I was going to tackle this thing, but I think in the end it came out pretty well. And the Horde Night worked out pretty well also. Not as well as I would have hoped, and but not bad. So again, right here, these rounded edge blocks allowed me to jump up here. Screw it, let him live for a little bit. And then you can kind of jump up here, run all around the Sphinx, which a lot of the Horde Night is that's basically what I did. Just kind of run around the outside of the Sphinx up and down and let the zombies chase me. I think I started down here, though, because I did build these bars. And, you know, started down here inside. And that didn't last too long. They just broke right through the blocks and came right inside. And then I had to get out of here. This was a way in and out also. You can kind of tunnel down here, there was a vault door right here, and then you can come up here, and there was a drawbridge that closed down, but that obviously got completely destroyed. Up on the paws, again, rounded blocks, so you can just jump right up there. And then we got the head of the Sphinx. That's all destroyed right there. A lot of support beams holding up the head. That's why the head didn't come down during the fight, which was a good thing it didn't, because it was our saving grace, being able to get up on top of the head and fight the horde from up here. You know, it was actually worked out well for us. And one thing I didn't even plan on, but it worked out well, is that you can jump down to one of the ears right here and just kind of chill right here and shoot down at them, you know, until the cops started puking at you. And then you'd have to, you know, jump up here, run around. You could even run around right to the other side, right to the other ear, and do the same thing. So that worked out pretty well. You know, I wasn't sure how this build was going to work out. Obviously, I looked at some pictures of the Sphinx, put some thought into it. And then just like all of my builds, I just start building. That's all you can really do. You can't think about it too much. You just got to start building and, you know, and just let it come alive and make it and adjust, you know, make adjustments as you go. So that's it with the real world builds. But I got a couple of more things to show you. Let's go check out the pirate ship that we just built in my last video. You may have saw that, but if you didn't, let's go take a quick look at that. It's right here along the water. The pirate ship. Is it a real-world build? Well, not really. It's not based off of any ship, but let's just go check it out anyway. There's not much left of it, so there's really not much to see. So here it is, the back end of a pirate ship, because the front end got completely destroyed. Again, this was my latest video. If you haven't seen it, the link will also be down in the description below. It was a really fun build and a really fun horde night, kind of wacky and crazy. Like I said, this ship just got completely demolished. I didn't want to classify it as a real-world build just because it wasn't really based off of anything in the real world. I mean, obviously, there are such things as ships and pirate ships, but not really a quote-unquote real-world build. But it was a fun build, and it was a fun horde night video. Go check that out if you haven't. And now the last thing I want to show you is actually my original base idea when I first started this game, and that is over at the farm. So let's go check that out. Alright, here we are at what used to be the farm and now looks like some crazy apocalyptic Apple store. There is no way to get inside the farm. It is just a big cube surrounded by spikes. Here's another little watchtower I started building. I was going to build something over here and something else. This right here, this is something completely different. That's just a mess right there. We'd just ignore that. But yeah, so this is completely fortified, you know, and I was just going to keep fortifying it as much as I could. The rooftop is where you can kind of hold down any horde that shows up or just wandering zombies. But this was going to be, I was going to build something over here as well. So this was all going to be a crazy base, you know, and it was all going to be interconnected through underground tunnels. So let's just get down there and I'll show you for an example. Close this. All right. So down that corridor leads to that other hatch I just showed you above there. So there's nothing else other than that for now. Then you come down this corridor here and goes down a little bit more. And down here is leads up to that little watchtower thing that I started building. It's not really a watchtower, but it could have been. It needs some more work. I think we actually did hold down a horde night here, and it worked out well. But it was one of the earlier horde nights. Look, it did obviously get destroyed, took some damage. But this thing with a little bit more upgrading, some more spikes and stuff, you know, it would have worked out well. As just a place to come and hold down the horde without my main base, the farm, taking a bunch of damage. So let's head there now. I started opening up this corridor a lot more, just for resources, and who knows, I wasn't sure what else I was going to do, but this leads up to the farm. So this obviously is where all my stuff is, all my storage, my workbench, you know, all the good shit. I put in these here because I thought there was a way to get these to actually work and produce gas, but I guess there's not. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. If there is a way, and you know of a way to make gas pumps work and produce gas, let me know. I'd be real interested in that. And it sounds like there's some zombies in here, so it's like we're going to be doing a little fighting. Knock her out. What do we got here? Whoa, runner. Oh, get down. What do we got here? Oh, Big Mama. And she's a runner. Knock her out. Sit down, Big Mama. Oh, you know, this crossbow's not going to work. Let's take her out with a bat. Whoa. There we go. She's done. Done for. Okay, so this is all cleared out. And then we can come up here. Again, this is all cleared out too. A little bit of storage up here. Ooh, another zombie right there. And there's a cop. We got to get the hell out of here. So, yeah, we're just going to get the hell out of here. But, yeah, the rooftop is where you can go. The rooftop has a pretty cool design, you know, with the half blocks and the way these steps go down, and you can not have to worry about falling, but you can get a look all around the entire perimeter of the farm and shoot down at any zombies that come walking along. So that's it. That was my original idea. It was going to be some big, crazy, extravagant base with all these different areas that you can get to through underground tunnels. But then eventually I kind of gave up on that and started building some crazy shit. You know, I think, like I said, the Statue of Liberty was the first real world build we did, and then it just went from there. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. It means a lot. Stick around for more 7 Days to Die videos, and I will catch you guys in the next one.